Deborah Myers on the IDEA and IEP process. The parents and student involvement in the IEP process. Parents and student involvement is vital and required by law. Parents are equal to the team to making educational decisions for their child. Students should be included as appropriate and must participate at the age of 15. Parents and teachers can communicate student progress, share information through student artifacts such as work samples or shared folders. The referral process. The referral should be done in writing and should be dated, signed, and copied. Submit your request directly to the school principal, school psychologist, or your child's teacher. Referrals can come from parents, daycare professionals, public health nurses, doctors, or social service care agencies. After the referral is done, we have the evaluation. The evaluation looks at the student areas of challenges and strengths. Doing just one test or assessment wouldn't provide all the information a team needs to make decisions about services, supports, and intervention. The team talks about the reason for the request, referral, and they decide what test the student needs. Then they come up with a plan that outlines the recommended testing. Parents have to give written consent before testing happens. The evaluation looks at all areas of the child's development, and at least 2 professionals evaluate and observe. The professionals who evaluate students have training and credentials in the area of development they're testing, like speech and language, have experience working with kids, know the expected behavior and skill of kids of various ages. They share information to help get the best picture of a student. Test results aren't the only thing evaluators look at to assess the student's skills. They read and review the student's records, work samples, and screening. They also speak with the family, teachers, and student. Once the evaluation is done, you have the eligibility to see if the student even qualifies. The group of qualified professionals and the parents look at the child's evaluation results. Together, they decided the child is a child with a disability as defined by the IDEA. Parents may ask for hearing to challenge the eligibility decision. Not every child is eligible for special education under the IDEA, and having a diagnosis does not guarantee eligibility. To qualify, kids must have a disability that falls under one of the 13 categories of the IDEA covers: autism, blindness, deafness, deaf and blind, orthopedic impairment, other health impairment, specific learning disability, speech and language, traumatic brain injury, visual impairment, and autism, intellectual disability, multiple disability, and others. However, having one of these disabilities does not automatically qualify a child under the IDEA. To be eligible, a student must have a disability and as a result of that disability, needs special education to make progress in school. There are different components of the IEP. There's 8 basic components: current skill, the performance of the concerned area, annual goal, progress tracking, special education services, duration of services, participation in the mainstream classroom, testing adaptation, transitioning goals and services. parents and teachers communicate is hugely important in the child's time is predominantly between school and home life. As a teacher, you are essentially the parent away from home, and the children rely on you to be the moral guidance of their motivator when they are in your classroom. You are in charge of their education, undoubtedly one of the most important tasks in the world. How to ensure better teacher and parent communication that benefits your students. Managing expectations. As teachers, we have expectations of how we want our students to behave, how we want them to learn, what we believe they should learn, and the whole heap of other behaviors that take place in the classroom and at the school as a whole. The thing is that parents have their own expectation of their children too. It's when these expectations don't align that you start encountering problems. Teachers and parents' communication should start right from the beginning before problems come about. Be clear with your student parents about what you expect with regard to their behavior, attendance, academic responsibilities, and results. Talk to parents and understand their expectations too. Ethical responsibility the teacher has to uphold during the IEP process. The professional special educators are guided by the Council of Exceptional Children Professional Ethic Principles. Practice standards and professional policies in ways that respect the diverse characteristics and needs of individuals with exceptionalities in their family. They are committed to upholding and advancing the following principles: maintaining challenge expectations for individuals, maintaining a high level of professional competence and integrity, promoting meaningful and inclusive participation, practice collegially with others who are providing services with the individual, developing relationships with family based on mutual respect, using evidence, instructional data, research, and professional knowledge to inform practice, protecting and supporting the physical and psychological safety of the individual, neither engage in or tolerate any practice that harms the individual, practicing within the professional ethics standards and policies of the CEC, upholding laws, regulations, and policies that influence professional practices, advocating for professional conditions and resources that improve learning outcomes of individual and exceptionality, engaging in the improvement of the professional through active participation, and participating in the growth and the dissemination of professional knowledge and skills. Thank you.